Hey, you're here. It's Tuesday, February the 27th. Here's what we're working on this morning. It is now day 3 of the cyber incident that is affecting many services around the city of Hamilton.
Your Ontario government is providing colleges and universities with a lot more funding.
Jan Arden and Rick Mercer are hitting the road together. That might... Hello, friends.
Hello, hello.
Home and here. How are you?
Very well.
Excellent. Hello, Brian Wood.
Morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Okay, well, yesterday was fantastic.
Beautiful day yesterday.
It was a gorgeous day, wasn't it? I know. I took a chair onto the back patio yesterday and just went, what is this? Like, come on. This is February. Wow.
Isn't it something?
Yeah. So, I mean, it's going to be even milder today. However, we're going to lose the sunshine. We'll have a little bit of sunshine this morning, but then we're going to get a chance of showers, thunderstorms later on today. But we can almost call it warm today. We're going to hit 13 degrees. Some areas could hit 14 today. If we get to a little above 13, that could be a record breaker. Tomorrow, again, tomorrow will be a record breaker, but we'll get some rain during the day, cycling over to some flurries later on. So we're at 5 right now. 5 degrees. What a way to start a February 27th morning. Sky is mostly cloudy. We'll look at the forecast in a few minutes. Right now, traffic, nothing to talk about. 403 Waterdown Road, that's our camera doing fine so far today. We'll check some MTO traffic cameras, see if there's anything happening. And really, there's not a lot going on. As we look at the Red Hill Creek camera, Toronto bound coming towards us out of Stony Creek, no problems. It's busy, top of the Skyway, but no problems there. Very light here at Appleby Line. So nothing going on this morning in traffic. Please take it carefully. We'll look at weather and traffic coming up. Right now, the news.
We start with a similar story to yesterday because the ongoing cybersecurity incident in Hamilton affecting IT systems is citywide and going into its third day. Let's bring in Simone Gavros, who's on this story for us again this morning. I guess at this time yesterday, Simone, we didn't know that it was a cybersecurity incident. We just didn't really know. And we haven't really heard from the city at all on this.
Hi, Tim, you're right. Yeah, yesterday at this time, we didn't know that it was a cybersecurity incident, and we still don't have many answers as to what caused this problem and when it'll be resolved. But we do know that it's impacting a ton of services in the city, including buses as well as libraries. Now, the city did make notice about this incident as of Sunday, and that's when they updated about this problem. They later labeled it a cybersecurity incident on Monday, but there's been no update from the city since, and they've been contacted for an interview multiple times. Now, the city's press release says that their priority is to, quote, safeguard the integrity of our systems and protect any sensitive or private information. In the meantime, HSR services are continuing to be affected, including computerized bus schedules, onboard bus stop announcements, and the HSR Now app. The computer network at the library is also affected, including the website, phones, chat, and email services. Members are asked to hold their items for a few more days to give staff a chance to work through the backlog. Now, again, we have reached out to the city for an update on the cybersecurity incident, and we've also reached out to a cybersecurity expert this morning for more details on this ongoing issue this morning. Annette, I'll send things over to you.
This is another ongoing issue. A water main break has swamped out several roads in Hamilton. Just before 3 this morning, road closures started popping up on Twitter. The intersection of Barton and Grays Road was the first, with the post saying the entire intersection was closed. It's believed that it still is, with police saying the area is unpassable. Northbound Grays Road is also closed at Britannia, and later the southbound section was closed at Arvin. Another break appears to have closed Valley Road from York to Patterson in Dundas. It is unclear if these water main breaks are connected.
We're going to try and get a camera out there to get some visuals for you. Moving on now, let's go to Niagara because police are searching for a man who they say assaulted another man with a sledgehammer. This happened in Welland. The alleged incidents happened around 5:30 on Saturday in the area of Hennepin Avenue and Southworth Street North. Police say the victim was taken to hospital with non-life-threatening injuries, that is. 26-year-old Aiden Thibault of no fixed address is wanted for assaults with a weapon and an assault causing bodily harm. He's described as white, medium build. hazel eyes and short hair. If you have information on his whereabouts, reach out to police or Crime Stoppers.
Halton police officer was dragged 50 meters during an attempted vehicle theft in Milton. It happened last week near Woodward Avenue and Thompson Road. Police say a group of people were trying to steal a pickup truck when officers arrived.
A few of the suspects did flee the area. However, one was still in the suspect vehicle. Our officer attempted to arrest that party, however, was unsuccessful. In the meantime, was dragged about 50 meters before being let go and suffering minor injuries at that time.
Police are still looking for the driver who ran off. A Montreal man was arrested after being found in a backyard.
The earliest ever removal of the Niagara ice boom is set to start today. So the previous record to remove the floats in the Niagara River and Lake Erie, it was February 28th. 2012. Beat it by a day. Every year since 1964, the ice boom has been installed near the outlet of the lake to reduce the amount of ice coming into the river. Ice jams can cause a lot of damage to the shoreline and can really reduce water flow for hydroelectric power production. There wasn't much ice cover at all on Lake Erie this winter, and none in the Maid of the Mist pool below Niagara Falls.
Ontario's colleges and universities are getting a $1 billion aid package from the province after post-secondary schools declared a financial crisis. The Minister of Colleges and Universities, Jill Dunlop, says the government wants to try to make the sector more sustainable. The relief includes a $900 million stabilization fund over 3 years, a tuition freeze until at least 2026-27, and $100 million to support programs for science, technology, engineering, and math. A spokesperson for McMaster University says that's going to help many of their students.
There have been thousands of students at McMaster without government funding for education, and that's included 3,200 this year, and those students are in the STEM and health fields. So we're really delighted at this decision to support them.
And at Niagara College, it's hoped they'll get funding for new equipment for their technology programs. Well, Burlington is getting ready for patio season already. The city has approved a new permanent seasonal outdoor patio program. It starts this spring. It's also bringing back fees for temporary patios on public lands. Those fees, you may remember, were waived during the pandemic. Applications are now on the City of Burlington's website, and they'll be accepted starting early next month. Business owners who want to open their patios by the middle of April are strongly encouraged to get their applications in by March 15th. Well, business is really popping in Norfolk County. Uncle Bob's is the largest grower of popping corn in Canada. The Townsend family's been producing white popcorn on their farm near Walsingham since 1985. They specialize in white, hull-less popcorn that doesn't get stuck in your teeth. Online sales have kept the company thriving, but competition for their 300-acre farm is tough.
We're trying to compete for kind of contracts and whatnot with companies. It's a lot tougher for us to hit the same price points that some of the larger companies in the US and Argentina and whatnot can do. Simply our costs are higher, wages are higher here, fuel expenses kind of in general, as well as we have to make money at the end of the day. So we're kind of competing with that big time.
Uncle Bob's popcorn is sold in food and specialty shops across Ontario, including many Loblaw stores, Foodlands, and Sobeys. So the father of that family, it turns out I went to high school
No
with.
way.
Yeah, and I have been eating that popcorn for years, not knowing where it came from.
Why have I never had this popcorn?
Oh, it's so good.
I am a popcorn aficionado.
You are.
I have actually a problem.
You do.
Yes, I need to go see some.
Addiction.
Yes, I need to go to therapy for how much popcorn I am eating.
So
but
shout
I am
out to
willing
the Townsends.
I am willing to support them.
Yeah.
I got to give it a try. Okay,
Yeah.
good stuff. Let's get into Sportsline. Here we go, because we start in the hard court where it's no secret the Raptors are having a subpar season thus far. But hey, they've looked good since coming back from the All-Star break, and we're attempting a third straight win for the first time this season last night in Indiana.
Gary hangs up. Olynyk, RJ. And three. RJ Barrett delivers. He has been great tonight.
That was the dagger from Mississauga's RJ Barrett. Just over 2 minutes to go in the fourth to power the Raps with 24 points and to that third straight dub. Toronto facing their old friend, Pascal Siakam, for the second time since he was traded to Indiana. He had a good game, too, 27 points. Montreal's Benedict Mathurin did all he could for the Pacers, scoring 34. That's the most by a Canadian against the Raptors. But Grady Dick would drop 18 points, 4 for 4 from three-point range. He's starting to come on, and actually I buried the lead. Scotty Barnes with his fourth triple-double of the season, 21 points, 12 rebounds, 12 assists, 130-122 the final. Coach Darko is buying the team dinner. We'll get into that in Sportsline coming up at 7 o'clock. What kind of dinner, you say?
McDavid serves it up for Bouchard. Now Draisaitl. Bouchard hammers it.
Yeah, to the ice where the Oilers have been struggling as of late, but that third period goal by Evan Bouchard would be the game winner against the visiting LA Kings. Edmonton snaps a 3-game slide with a 4-2 win. No goals for Connor McDavid, which makes it 10 straight games. He hasn't lit the lamp, but he has 23 assists over that time and reached the 90-point mark for an 8th straight season. He's doing okay. Maple Leafs are also doing okay. They're back on the ice tonight. They're seeking an 8th straight win. When the champs are here, the champs from Vegas are at the bank. Blue Jays back in Dunedin looking for their first win of the spring. Many Jays making their spring debut, like Vladdy Jr., who had his first hits and 2 at-bats. On the mound for Toronto was Yusei Kikuchi, coming off a fabulous season last year. He pitched 2 innings, not allowing a run and striking out 3. The big swat was right here. Catcher Brian Servan on the big hit, 3-run homer, part of an 8-4 win over the Pirates. Chris Bassett also got some work, pitching a couple of innings, allowing a hit and no runs. Closer Jordan Romano also looked good in an inning of work, striking out 1. Jays take on the Detroit Tigers in Bradenton today. Hey, huge news from the world of soccer involving Canadian superstar Alphonso Davies, as multiple sources are saying the Canadian soccer phenom has reportedly verbally agreed to join one of the world's most prestigious football clubs. That would be Real Madrid. The potential move to the Spanish club remains to be seen, depending on the transfer deal with his current club, is Bayern Munich. The Athletic is saying Davies would join the club as a summer transfer or when his contract ends with Bayern in 2025.
12 minutes after 6 o'clock. It is a Tuesday morning, 27th of February. We're getting there. We're getting there each and every day. Looking at traffic, then we'll get to our forecast for today. So the 403 and Waterdown Road, still not a lot has changed, still doing fine. Not a lot to see right there. To our MTO traffic cameras, and we'll start in St. Catharines as usual. Come around the Horseshoe. Here's the QEW 405 area. Nothing to see there. Red Hill Creek still doing fine. Toronto bound towards us here. 403 Junction is pretty light. Same with the Ford plant all the way through Mississauga at Cooksville Creek. Keep in mind, as we mentioned off the top this morning, we've had a water main break reported in the Hamilton-Stony Creek area. Barton and Grays Road and parts of Grays Road are flooded there. Careful. Okay, temperature has just gone up again. We're now sitting at 6 degrees to start a morning in February. Winds are fairly light, relative humidity 73%, quite comfortable, and a partly cloudy sky at the moment. So for school today, there's that instability. We could get a thunderstorm later on today. Showers possible as the late morning into the afternoon goes on, and then maybe a thunderstorm later. But look at that temperature, 13 degrees. Now 13 exactly is the record for today, so we'll see what happens with that. The warm front, that red line, has pushed through, so we have that southerly flow. There's the showers, thunderstorms this afternoon, more showers, possible thunderstorms for the day tomorrow, and then it gets colder. Look at the lake effect snow machine kick in as we get that strong northwest flow across the lakes on Thursday. Today's temperatures, 10 for the Falls, 13 to 12 around the Horseshoe. So a little bit of sun this morning. We'll call it partly cloudy to start the day, and then we'll get the clouds, showers, and possible thunderstorms. Tonight, showers and thunderstorms again, but look how mild it stays. 9, 10, and 11 degrees overnight in February. Wow. And then tomorrow, temperatures even warmer, 12 and 14 degrees tomorrow. Temperatures could dip in the afternoon, and we could get some flurries, but it'll be another mild day, a cloudy day with showers. We're not looking at a lot of sun for the day tomorrow, but these temperatures could be record breakers tomorrow. So, stepping out the door this morning, it is partly cloudy. It is mild at 6 degrees to start the day. And we'll look long range, of course, coming up. Annette, Tim.
Thank you.
Thanks, Brian. No Emily. Emily's off on vacation, so we're going to be handling the entertainment stuff here at the desk. That's coming up in a little bit. Right after the break, though, Canadian banks are getting ready to show how they did last quarter We'll tell you what the analysts say could be weighing them down. We'll see you in 2. Here's a look at the markets as we're coming up on hold 617. The Canadian dollar is up 6 basis points this morning. It's at 74.1 cents US. Gold up $6.30, 20.45. 20 an ounce. Crude oil down 26 cents, 77.32 a barrel. Off to Europe we go. Hey, Europe markets are up in London, Frankfurt, and Paris. Good start to the day there.
In Asia, the markets were up today in Tokyo, Hong Kong, and Shanghai. Checking North American markets, the TSX will open today down 89 points. The Dow yesterday dropped 62, and the Nasdaq was down by 21.
All right, so let's get into business news, and the markets are going to keep an eye on what's happening today with the big banks because earnings season for Canada's big 6 banks, they kick off today. The stock markets may be booming in some parts of the world, but analysts say big 6 banks have underperformed the market by nearly 3% so far this year. Now, slow loan growth and the elimination of a tax deduction on dividend income are expected to weigh on the results this quarter. Profits are also expected to tumble as banks set aside more funds to cover potentially bad loans. Scotiabank and BMO, they start the round of earnings today, followed by RBC and National Bank on Wednesday, and then CIBC and TD on Thursday.
Canada's competition watchdog says some cell phone plans in Western Canada aren't as cheap as they were before a huge telecom merger. MPs have heard from the Competition Bureau that before Shaw was bought by Rogers last April, the company was a particularly growing and disruptive competitive force in BC and Alberta. The Bureau's senior deputy commissioner says Shaw offered very aggressive pricing for bundle wireless plans. She adds, so far we haven't seen any information that would suggest that Rogers is offering comparable pricing to Shaw Mobile post-transaction. And she adds, that is of concern.
Well, policy watchers in BC are split on the value of an upcoming flipping tax that targets people looking to make a quick buck in the real estate market. So the chief economist of the BC Real Estate Association says the tax could end up reducing the overall number of homes on the market. University of British Columbia professor there says it sends an important message that the province is recalibrating around the principle of having a home first and an investment second.
Microsoft has announced a new partnership with an artificial intelligence startup company in France. It's called Mistral AI. The partnership could lessen Microsoft's reliance on ChatGPT maker OpenAI for supplying the next wave of chatbots and other generative AI products. Financial terms of the deal haven't been disclosed, although Microsoft has said it involves a small investment in the Paris-based startup. That suggests it's small, far smaller than Microsoft's investment of billions of dollars into OpenAI. That was a year-long relationship that is being closely watched now by antitrust regulators in the United States and in Europe.
Well, an independent panel is recommending significant safety changes at Boeing. The panel is made up of Federal Aviation Administration officials and also representatives from airlines, labor unions, and safety units at other aerospace companies. So it was formed after Boeing's deadly 737 MAX crashes back in 2018 and 19 and was not a response to the January door plug incident. So yesterday's report found employees did not understand their role in safety and feared retaliation for raising safety-related concerns. Boeing released a statement saying the company has taken important steps to foster a safety culture, but officials admit they have more work to do.
Okay, we're taking a quick break right now. Brian is back with your traffic and your 7-day forecast.
It's a bit of a yo-yo over the next few days.
Layer.
6:24, it is Tuesday, 27th of February. No problems on the roads to start the day here. QEW Highway 406, St. Catharines, as usual this time in the morning, pretty light. Whoa, all of a sudden it really slows down. Top of the Burlington Skyway Bridge. I checked this about 3 minutes ago. It was moving nicely. All of a sudden it is really slowed there. 403 west of King, Toronto bound coming out of Hamilton, heading away from us. Not much there. Erin Mills Parkway through Mississauga. And here's a look at the 403 going through Matheson Boulevard. Absolutely fine so far today. Looking at our temperatures right now, Hamilton, the warm spot. 6 degrees to start the morning, 5 Grimsby for Toronto. Mississauga, come on, -1 at the moment. So seasonals for this time of year are -7 for an overnight low and +1 now for a daytime high, changing a bit. Sun comes up before 7 o'clock this morning. 6:59 is sunrise. Those are our records for today. Now, today for school. It'll be 10 degrees by the first bell. We'll have a bit of sunshine, mainly cloudy skies, but then showers and thunderstorms will climb to 13 later, and then temperature will dip to 11 by after school. So, yep, that's the high. 13 degrees today with that chance of showers, thunderstorms later this afternoon. It'll only fall to 10 overnight tonight. And tomorrow, 12. But then that temperature could start to slide later in the afternoon. But again, showers and thunderstorms. -2 only. What a day on Leap Day, the 29th, of course. A bit of sun, but chance of some showers, some flurries. And then 7. Then it comes up again. Yeah, as Tim was mentioning earlier, roller coaster up and down. 7 Friday and Saturday, 10 and 11 for Sunday into Monday. That's your forecast. Annette, Tim.
Get ready to hang on.
Yeah, right. Okay, here we go. This is a good one. The California Bakery is feeling the love after a big business deal fell through. So the Giving Pies had a last-minute order of 4,000 mini pies from Tesla, who then abruptly canceled it. But the community and later on Elon Musk himself stepped in to make it right.
I don't think I have any words to say how grateful I am.
So the owner of the pie shop says she was out about $2,000 after Tesla canceled the massive order. After sharing the experience on social media, people in San Jose started flooding her business, giving her so much work, she had to close down a day just to catch up. And Elon Musk eventually responded to the story. He did so last week, saying he would make things right. The shop owner says Tesla has since repaid that initial $2,000.
Yeah, she would have been pie-rate, I bet, right off the bat, though. Oh, my goodness. But you got to keep your...
But not crusty.
No, not crusty.
No,
well, you got to
no.
keep your a pie on the ice.
Eye on the pie.
Eye on the pie.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how's that one should go.
We're going to roll with it.
Okay, yeah. Anything else?
No. Oh, San Jose.
Do you know the way to San Jose?